Crusader Kings III, and that's right, your eyes do not deceive you. It's Brother Labaguette, one of the most popular CK2 playthroughs we've ever did on the channel, not in terms of numbers, but in terms of memories and in terms of good times, and it's one of the series I hold up as the best examples of Crusader Kings II we've ever done. So call this series whatever you want. Nostalgia, call it wanting to see if we can do a little experiment here and recreate Crusader Kings II and Crusader Kings III. So this is what I'm calling Crusader Kings 2.5. So what I've done is I've thrown together a very comprehensive mod pack that I've had to make a significant amount of modding alterations to by myself. So I will put up the Steam Workshop mod list. Just know that unless you're willing to really do some dirty modding, it won't work, basically. Or not all the mods will work together, but you can probably still get it to run. A lot of these mods add mechanics that were present in CK2 that aren't currently or are at all present in CK3. What I want to try and do is recreate the magnificent tale of Brother Labaguette, a character, like I said, who I hold up as being one of the highest examples of Crusader Kings II brilliance and storytelling. So for a little bit of backstory here about Brother Labaguette, in our original playthrough, we were playing in the Historical Immersion Project mod, a mod that aims to, funnily enough, add a bit more historical accuracy, added certain events that drive the game more towards historical accuracy and things like that. Now, this character, though did exist in history, was obviously not called Labaguette. Same applied to our original CK2 series, but this character definitely did. Count Herbert Vermandois, the last Carling, the last landed Carling, I believe, in history, and then his child, the character we're playing as now, that we've christened Labaguette, disappeared into kind of a landless non-existence as far as I know. Now, what I've tried to do is recreate our original CK2 character as accurately as possible. So, our original CK2 character actually didn't have any of the... Obviously, CK3, you kind of have to have these three personality traits, I believe they're called. But they're obviously three kind of mandatory traits that you have to have for every character. Now, our original Labaguette, at the very start of the campaign, only had congenital traits. Specifically, he had the advanced version of strong. He had the version slightly below genius, so obviously in CK3 I've added that as intelligent. Then he had a level above attractive, which I've added as beautiful here for CK3. It was also a giant in CK2, which in CK3 not necessarily as good. Does come with that minor health penalty, which wasn't a problem, but I'm trying to make him as accurately as possible. He also had perceptive, which was a congenital trait, but in this one I've given him overseer because I thought it was as close as we could get. His birthday is identical. His stats are identical. His realm is identical. The only big difference is in CK2, he had a brother and a sister. In this, he has a brother and two sisters, just from where I had to play up to this start date. Of course, there is no 1080 start date in CK2. So here we are, Count Labaguette. Now, the original goal in the Crusader Kings II playthrough was to reform the Carolingian Empire as a Carling. Now, I think we will, of course, try and do that in this campaign, but I think we should try and match our footsteps in CK2 as accurately as possible. And what I mean by that is try a little bit of challenge on myself, trying to do the things that were possible in CK2 that aren't necessarily possible in CK3, and trying to avoid the things that are possible in CK3 that are possible in CK2. Many people have said to me that one of the biggest challenges for them getting into CK3 is the actual pace of the game. And some people have described the game as being a lot easier than CK2, and to some extent I definitely agree. I think it's just more the fact there are less mechanics, so it's a lot easier to focus on specific areas. But a lot of people have basically said that CK3 moves super, super fast, and I do agree with that. The longest CK2 series we had was like 50 episodes. Longest CK3 series we had is barely 20. So I'm going to try and match our episode pace by pace and see kind of roughly where we end up here. So to spice things up in the meantime, I've added a bunch of other mechanics that you'll see as we go through here. One of which may be artifacts, which is kind of interesting here, added by the artifact module from the Godera mod, I think it's called. Again, everything will be linked in the description anyway. So our first episode in CK2 HIP Forgotten Carling number 1, we ended the episode by making friends with Philip Capet, which is obviously a pretty big deal, current king of France, who is, no, that's not him. Hang on, has history already adjusted that much? Really? Obviously, this was from a 1066 start, Norway won. What the hell happened? Hang on, history of France here. What are you talking about? Capet, Philip, there he is. Oh, he got ousted by a faction, and then this Dutch guy took over instead. Well, you know what? Hey, let's follow that episode. We're going to make friends with Philip Capet. Let's sway him then. Sure. So what has he got here? Close combat specialist and birds lover. Yeah, I bet. Opinion of rodents lover is a -5. So we do have a lot of mods going on for this mod pack to keep things as fresh and interesting as possible. To try and, you know, emulate the density of CK2 in CK3. One of which, like I said, is the artifacts module. We have the ability to forge weapons and swords and all sorts of things with a couple of different mods actually we've got going on this time. I've added mods that add a huge amount of events. We've even got, and I know this is probably going to make some people very upset, Sunset Invasion, which is, I love the fact that somebody decided to make as their first mod for CK3 the most controversial of all the CK2 DLC. Now, that first episode ended in 1085. Now, I'm not going to say we can only play up to 1085 this episode, and I'm not going to say we have to slow ourselves down to the extent that we are only, you know, going up to 1085 and leaving in all the crap content. I'm still going to edit as usual. I'm still going to try and make this as entertaining as possible. But we will say that our goals kind of have to roughly reflect. So by 1085, of course, that was the end of the first episode. All we had really done is consolidated the realm, got married, you know, that type of thing. Whereas in CK3, within that same kind of 30-minute episode time frame, so to speak, I can achieve a lot more. So we'll take things a bit more carefully still, but I'm not going to limit us based on the difference between the two games. So the first thing we want to do then, of course, is marry somebody. I'm actually genuinely interested who we ended up marrying in CK2. I have the video open just so I can refer back to it, basically. Right, well, in true CK2 style, I married a random genius woman. So I guess, hey, same tactic will apply then, huh? And to be honest, that's probably what I'd do anyway. You know, the apple doesn't fall too far and all that. What have we got then? We've got Mathilde. We've got, oh, the soundtrack, by the way. I don't know if anybody will have noticed that. CK2 music coming back. Just for a bit of old-time nostalgia sake. Hang on, let me crank it, because that's one of the good ones. That's some good shit right there. It already feels so much more CK already. Oh my god, that's won me over just so much. Right, so, hang on, let's go back to the character finder then, and let's pull up any old genius that we can marry here. Wait, was that really it? Oh, no, this is not right at all. Let's go spouse, and then here we are. So we've got Marguerite, Mathilde. So the character that our character married in the first playthrough was just a random kind of Venetian woman. A little bit of a problem, of course, that Venice doesn't have the Republic mechanics quite yet, so I assume that same patrician daughter won't exist. Mathilde, although that could have been her. Hold on, what was the name of the person? Oh, Adela. Well, close enough. Let's go for you then. She's got that slightly higher intrigue stat, which I quite like the look of, although she's got 17 stewardship. She is also slightly younger. So her inheritable traits are basically everything. The CK2 ruler designer was obviously a lot easier to metagame and min-max than the CK3 one. Assuming you're obviously playing with the points limit, otherwise you can go butt wild. So I'm going to marry her, and then we'll see exactly what we end up with here. To the modest La Baguette. God, that fills me with such strength saying that name after all this time. I, Marguerite, gladly accept your hand in marriage. I'm also I'm gonna try and make this a bit more of a role-play series. We're gonna try and get a bit more invested in the characters, the educations, the relationships between our characters too. I think that's fairly essential. So we are actually friends with someone here, Adele Carling. Oh no. Wait, was that not the name of the character that we married in the in the first series? Oh no, it was Adela. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that was a close one. She's a horse lover too. That explains a lot. Is that our sister then? Oh, interesting. He's friends with his sister. So we should always do honourable things by our sister. You know, if she's ever wronged by someone, we should probably get a bit of vengeance for her. And we've got Melisenda Carling. And then we've also got Eudes Carling, our younger brother. Right, okay. So let's go ahead and get you educated, I guess, by us, given that we are a pretty bang-up educator. And then I guess we'll also go for Melisenda as well. Sure, why not? My dearest sister, Adele, that we are great friends with, I think we're not just going to arrange a random marriage here. I think we want to marry to make her happy, ultimately. So we should try and find someone with, like, maybe a similar personality or a similar education or just somebody that she can really get along with. Let's not worry about the dynasty here, you know? I think we need to keep our friendships and our relationships up together. Oh, he could be a good husband. Vladislav? Yeah, look at this. The reason I'm marrying those two together, she's greedy, she's arbitrary, she's honest, she speaks her mind and she gets what she wants. This guy, craven, shy, generous, a pushover. I'm not saying that I'm arranging her off a gold digger marriage. He's also, improvident. Gives far more money away to charities than he can reasonably afford. Fornicator. Oh, no. Coronated by a priest. There is a coronation mechanic too, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing here. Infirm. She could marry him for his gold and then hope that he dies. Look, he hasn't got an heir either. My sister? You're welcome, by the way. Now one thing I need to point out, there was a slight side effect of trying to make this game as CK2 as possible. And that is the fact that everybody in Scandinavia is naked. I don't know why, okay? I can't explain it. I'm not entirely sure what's caused it, and it's a very strange bug, I will admit. Everybody in Scandinavia is fucking naked. So I'm going to be very, very careful about looking at Scandinavians because they are incredibly distracting. This works out pretty well. Our original La Baguette we put on the intrigue focus. Now, of course, that's going to benefit us quite massively because in CK3 we've got that intrigue education. Let's throw them in. I'm going to go for... I feel like we need to start really... I mean, it's a lot easier to start building up a web of kind of secrets and manipulation in CK3. Far better than anything we had in CK2. So I feel like Schema, Skullduggery is probably a good combo here. Natural Dread Intrigue. Maybe even Temptation Schema as a combo. Just to get some kids going immediately. No, you know what? Let's go for Skullduggery. That's as close to Schema as I think we can probably get here, and then we'll start going down to hopefully unlocking the actual Schema perk. Now, bonus points. In the other series, I made Yudes Carling our bishop, our court chaplain. So if I can somehow find a way to do that, he's already got the learning education. If we can find a way to do that, I think I deserve some kudos there. So my marriage to Countess Marguerite, the realm expects to throw a suitably extravagant wedding. What is he in this? So these are random, actually. Calm, humble, and diligent. Okay. I'll let the subjects in without worry or care, or of course someone collects who pays for their own wedding. Now, obviously CK2, big on the building upgrades, which we don't really have so much in this game. But I will take a look at what we can build here. Forest Forts, we've got Castle Holding. Okay, fair enough. We've got a barracks already. And that's genuinely all we've got to our name. Holy shit. I think just getting in early tax buildings is still the right move. Let's go for forestry then. Building construction time minus 2%. What's at the max level? Wow, minus 20% on construction time is actually really good. County gets a bit of development growth too and some holding taxes. Oh, as they count, my vassals owe me their allegiance. My word is law. But what is obedience without devotion? In times of crisis, a slow response or half-hearted effort can lead to disaster. Can I afford such a risk? I will win their unwavering loyalty and gain generous liege. Vassal taxes are lower, but vassal opinion is higher. I mean, we're only a count, so let's not toot our horn too much. In fact, this guy's probably our only vassal. 21? No, that's not us, fool. That's our liege. Why am I looking at... Why is my liege there? That's not me. Right, here we are. Yeah, like I said, he's probably our only vassal. So we can gain... I mean, 15 opinion with this guy? What's he like? Mayor Rorgon of Rousey. Uh-oh, Raggy. Zealous, gregarious, just, misguided, warrior, holy warrior. Maybe not. Fear is a far more effective tool, or I have more important men to impress. Yeah, I think that's probably far more relevant. That's why he was also on there. Sure. King Bodwin gains 20 opinion of me. Hey, that's good. Oh, Jesus. Oh, what the hell's going on? I have ridden, taken aim, and struck so many times I thought nothing could have set my rhythm. As I take another gallop down the practice range, commotion I cannot fully see makes my horse rear up. For an instant, momentum keeps me pinned to the back of the horse. Calm down, girl, calm down, 50%. And martial lifestyle experience, or die for stable ground, better safe than sorry. 50% chance of being wounded. If we get wounded and die instantly, I'm going to be very, very, very upset. In fact, I might even say fuck or bugger, because this took a little while to set up, as you can imagine. For days, I've been obsessing over the Auvergne lineage, and I'm certain there's no way Count Robert can conclusively prove the fatherhood of his son and heir Francis. I agree. Who? Sure. Well, there's a lack of evidence. Evidence can be planted. Time for you to write a new truth of Francis's origins. Baron Mikel would make an excellent father. So we are just going to fuck this guy up. Why? We're going to make up the fact that he's not actually his father. I had no idea you could do this. So, the NPC, I assume, the AI could, I assume, use this against us. Wow, what a fucking tool. Holy shit. Countess Raymonda consorted with the servant, the shame. Bastard of Anglebert. Or a baron. Dynastic history might be good for something else. Oh, 75 renown. I'd sooner take the renown. Yeah, give me that. And here we are. As additional payment in a recent trade, I found myself in possession of a large herd of cattle. Vermin Dwarf will prosper from the herd. It's a beautiful herd, but it could be larger. We can try and start a breeding product. This man has his hand in many pies. No, you don't put your whole hand in the pie, do you? Unless you want to ruin it. You put fingers in many pies. I think in hindsight, that's probably the right expression. 75% chance we gain large cattle herd for 15 years. Jesus. Is it every... I think it was every lifestyle there. Okay. The Pope wants a holy letter. Only superior God. Forgiving nature. We might compliment the Pope, and the Pope loves to give people money. Who was he coronated by a bishop? I mean, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, he can't be crowned by the Pope. He is the Pope. Loyalty in a sense of honor, soaring ambition, or forgiving nature. So shall we try and praise... I mean, I feel like his forgiving nature, given that he's compassionate, just, and, well, forgiving for a fucking start. Hit him with one of those. Boom. Trust me, this will work. Oh. My horse has wounded me. We already knew about that. Come on, Pope. I'm impressed by your insights into our religion. But less so, by your insights into your fellow man. What the fuck do you mean? His forgiving nature. The man's just forgiving and compassionate. Right, you're fucking dead, old man. I'm not actually going to murder the Pope. That would be very silly. Right. So, minor titles, my friends. That's right. We have some more CK2 mechanics coming back. We can have... Oh, there's no cupbearers around. That's fine. There's no dwarfs. There's no horse masters. There's no high almoners. And you know why that is? It's the fact that we're a frigging count. So, I don't know what we're... Title available to kings and above. Oh, there you go. Yeah, dukes and above. That's a cool mechanic. So, what have we got? We've got a court champion and a tax collector. Oh, cool. Tax exemptions. Oh, my God. They've actually got things they can do. This mod's already going in all of my future playthroughs. No doubt. This is cool. Pierre Carling. Protect the liege. His prowess gives you 0.1 prestige and 1.2 hostile skin resistance or lead knights. Knight effectiveness 8%. Phew, that's pretty huge. Tybalt the tax collector can either give people tax exemptions, lowering building construction time and gaining popular opinion. Good if you're going to conquer a lot of land very quickly. That's quite nice. We can go for normal taxes, 8% domain tax, or go extortion. We'll lose prestige. It wouldn't quite put us in the negative. We're already in the negative, though, so I'm not going to do that quite yet. Building construction time and popular opinion is lower. So if you can handle the rebellions, if you're not bothered by buildings being built, and you can handle the prestige, that is a lot of extra gold. I think for the time being, let's stick in the middle ground. Actually shows as well our liege's mountains. Man, this feels very CK2, doesn't it? I'm actually really impressed by this. This is really, really cool. Court Badgerin. Okay, so he's a cupbearer. Or Count Badgerin, sorry, he's a cupbearer. He has no court dwarf. We've got Mustache Eustace, Master of the Horse. Wow, this is so cool. I'm actually genuinely really impressed by that. Oh, there we go. Marguerite is finally bearing my child. He's quite a large boy, isn't he? He's absolutely massive. Oh my God, this actually happened in the original series. The first episode ends with me being very annoyed about the fact that our guy attacked Normandy and lost. But now it's flipped over. Normandy's attacking us. Wow, this is kind of cool. So Draquilian the Bastard was coronated by a priest. Is anybody even bloody crowned by the Pope? Everybody's just coronated by... Oh! Don't click the Scandinavians. Shit. About old Rome? No, coronated by a bishop. What about actual Rome? Adequate coronation. Oh, cool. Well, I guess obviously the Pope wouldn't coronate him or a bishop in that situation. Ah, there's somebody finally coronated by the Pope. Bohemian of Aquila. Oh, shit. Look at that. Wow, that's huge. Same faith opinion plus 10. I think it's the same as CK2, actually. And he loves fishes. Don't we all love fishes? Bohemian prefers fishes over other animals. How do we get that? What do we like? Dogs? Brother Labaguette, you've won me over even more. What's my sister doing? Seeing as she's our friend. What's she up to these days? Oh, she's had a kid. Vladislav Piast. There he is. Our nephew. What a guy. And then he's got a brother who I assume is that. Right, okay. So that's the other guy. The fornicator. Her fornicating husband's bastard son. Now, this is interesting. We have an uncle alive. On our mother's side. Oh, sorry, a grandfather. Vexin Amion. Count Raoul. He is cruel, fun, and vengeful. What a fucking guy. What an absolute psychopath. We could... So he's got a son. It's our uncle, Simon. Old Uncle Simon. If Uncle Simon were to die, and then if our lovely grandfather were to die, we might inherit that back. So our duchy is what, like Vermandois? Or Valois? Oh, got it. I think we could I think we could do that. That was like the first thing we did in our Odyssey, was start putting that together. Well, let's start fabricating some claims immediately then. Let's get our bishop. Oh my god. He gets only +2 from his education. What the fuck? You are god awful. Is it a sin to kill a bishop? He is wearing the Gilded Christ shirt though. I mean, I might, you know, not be against killing a bishop, but I am against killing such a fashionable gentleman. On the subject of that, let's just say I have bought something on AliExpress, which I think it's up there with the Gilded Christ shirt. It may or may not be a Chinese variant on the Gilded Christ shirt. You'll see it. I'll write on Twitch at some point. The babe cradled in her arms. Countess Marguerite looks at me, her face, the picture of serenity. Dearest husband, I think we should name her after me. What do you say? I think you're a fool. Get out of here. Right. Guards, escort this woman out. Marguerite Carling. We should call her... What was my naming scheme for that series? Oh, don't tell me it was like bread products. It was literally just French words, which is... My god, as far as naming schemes go, that's pretty fucking terrible. And there she is. Little Cafe. Wow. Blessed of the meek. Hello. Oh, my sister. My sister, Melisinde, trying to steal from the travel chest of Mayor Rawgon, not bloody Rawgon of Rouncy. Honestly, I don't really like Rawgon. I was trying to impress him, and then we decided, you know what, the king's better shout, fuck Rawgon. Steal from him. Be honest, and others will see. Oh my god, I actually can't tell her to... She was steal from the travel chest. She gave me an impressive speech about how she understood why what she had done was wrong. I can't encourage it. Damn, what a shame. We have a small piece of the world. She gains humble. Deceitful. Hang on. Deceitful seems pretty good. No. I think you heard about me threatening to kill him and our uncle off. This has to be a terrible misunderstanding. What happened? Chancellor Humbert? Upsetting my grandfather, will you, Humbert? What the hell did he do? Hang on. Gotta wait for the tooltip. Chancellor... Why the fuck is he our Chancellor and not... What the hell is going on with this council? Hold on. Sorry, grandfather. That's me being a fool. Oh, look at this guy. Much better already. Get fired. Put him on the Marshal station instead. There we go. Much, much better. I should have done that in the other order, because that way we wouldn't be pissed off. Hang on. This guy's got a little blue hat. The original Brother Lubbergat had a little blue hat, and I couldn't find it, so I had to give him a little green hat. What are you talking about? Hold on. Wait, little blue hat, little blue hat. Must be going mad, because I've gone through the entire list, and I can only find the little green hat. Well, that's really disappointing. Hey, look at that. There's another one. Holy shit. What is that? Oh, novice physician. I wonder what that was for a second. Well, that's pretty good. Hey, and the first kid didn't come out with anything good, did they? Remind me? Oh, my God, I didn't even check her. She's incredible. Did I genuinely not even check her? Amazonian beautiful genius? My god. Cafe Carling. Who needs a Brother Lubbergat when we've got you? So what happened exactly? So Brother Lubbergat retired to go to a monastery. Did he become immortal? Maybe that's why I would have retired him into a monastery if he became immortal, because that's generally what I did with our CK2 characters when they lived too long. I don't remember. Well, look, she's got the whole world ahead of her. We could train her in absolutely anything, and she would nail it. Though diplomacy, she's got 8 diplomacy at the age of Babby. She's almost as good as my current fucking diplomat. Let's go for intrigue. Just because we do need to probably kill our way to the top here, and I feel like she probably has that on lockdown. I want to quickly check. How old are you two? 9 and 8. Okay, Melisinde. Get roasted. Sorry, you are nowhere near as important. Let's throw you at... what you been training? Intrigue. Well, let's throw you at my wife. And then I'll educate Cafe. Because Cafe is something incredibly special. Oh, it's our sister. There are a few things I enjoy more than Duchess Adele's company. We spend an evening bothering the servantry, needling them about every small mistake and complain about every detail. Who knew that petty acts of torment truly has a way of easing a troubled mind? After this short break, I felt more at ease than I had in a long time. I'm lucky to have a friend. That's nice. That's genuinely wholesome. When his sister popped up pregnant, I thought that could have been a real CK Crusader Kings event. You know, not like a wholesome one at all. Well, I mean, that really depends on your perspective, doesn't it? Truth is relative. I think I'd rather go for... Just to start off with here, I think I'd rather go for Weeds in a Garden for the 30% fertility, but I'm not entirely sure. That's better to mirror the CK2 tactic, you know, where you would just take like, oh, I ambition to have a son, and then you would get the 20-30% fertility, whatever else. Marguerite, again, if you suggest that, I will find a new wife. How dare you? She will be called, oh god, French words. Excellent. That's a good way to also get around, you know, we can have a nice comical name there. We can also get around the filter. I've gone for merde, as in, oh merde, I have shit all over the place. Excellent. Oh, she's actually... I keep forgetting to fucking check him. Amazonian, pretty, and intelligent. You're no cafe, though, are you? I've always said merde is not cafe. It's fate. Yudes, the character that was originally our court chaplain in the first ever series, gains the trait Zealous. You will serve the divine wild child. Yes, yes, you will, little Yudes. Holy shit, this is actually unstoppable. What do we need to craft an item? Because in CK2, you could obviously just go, boom, I'm going to write a book straight away. And that's not an option here. So we can craft an item. We need Illustrious 3 and 100 gold. Fair enough. Illustrious 3 is going to be very, very difficult to get as Count of Nowheresville. Yikes, yeah, that is quite tricky, isn't it? Okay, and what do we need for Forge a Legacy Sword? That's the same thing, Illustrious 3. And we don't know the cost of that quite yet, but I assume that will obviously tell us as we get into the event. We could always just call a hunt, do something a bit more straightforward. Have we picked up any stress yet? Not really. It's still not worth doing quite yet. What about a pilgrimage? That's a safe bet. Sure. Prepare for the journey. It's time for me to set out on my journey to one of the holy places, but which one? Let's go to the site at Jerusalem. Now, bear in mind, Brother Labaguette, original Brother Labaguette, was called that because he became beatified. He was sainted for, I don't know exactly quite what he did, but he was known as a very pious man. So I think if we can somehow try and encourage him towards religion a little bit here, he kind of repented for his scheming ways during his life and obviously turned himself over to monkhood. So maybe that's something we can emulate here. Oh no, now's not the time to give up. My cough has persisted for weeks, and this morning I could barely muster the strength to get out of bed. Do I have the strength to continue onwards? Of course you do. This is all your steps to piousness. God, I hope I don't accidentally kill him by trying to recreate history. Severe penalty, severe penalty. He's dead. This man is going to die horribly. We've actually made it. We haven't died quite yet. No other city in the world has a history quite like Jerusalem. In addition to the many other holy sites there, the city contains the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, built over a combined places where Jesus was crucified, buried, and resurrected. It was all in a busy weekend. Standing outside the Temple Mount with my hand on the western wall, I found myself reflecting on everything that happened on my journey to this city of legend. For example, that time where I almost died, and that was basically it, to be honest. 625 prestige. Funny, we get bloody... I suppose we should probably just hunt over and over and over so we can make a fancy sword. Determined Pilgrim as well. Is that because we did it in the face of, well, I mean, dying? In the face of our face falling off by the looks of it. I want... Let's go ahead and mark that as just basically our to-do list always. Oh, God. 28% chance we're severely injured. And 9% chance we die. Oh. No! Oh, come on. This is insane. Pain shoots up my body with every step, and even the smallest of movements leave me gasping. As I bring a hand up to gingerly touch my wound, it comes away bloody, and I tremble as blood drips down my side. Send for a physician. Fuck. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit of a pain in the ass. Oh, and also, like in CK2, we can recruit courtiers. You know, like present debutant, or summon a steward, or whatever it used to be. Severely injured, severe penalty. Ill, severe penalty. Wounded is gone. Oh, wounded is superseded by severe... Okay, that's not really too bad, then. Gunhilda. Is she Scandinavian? She's Swabian. That's okay. Eleonora. I mean, obviously, I can see if she's wearing clothes from the fact that she is wearing clothes. 11 learning. She's a kind physician. You are... fucking nobody. He's training alternative medicine. Oh, damn. Hell yeah, brother. Welcome aboard. We gained the prestige, which I thoroughly disagree with. Now it's time for some treatment. Do no more than what is necessary. I think you're... You know, he's got an idea of how things work, but I don't think I trust him. No! You fucking... Yeah, you better run. Hand me the tourniquet. Oh, is this for us or for this guy? Oh, it's for this man. I'm inspecting the barracks infirmary when a severely injured soldier is spotted. He's losing too much blood. Where's the physician? Piotrek is nowhere to be found. Probably because he's fucking running for his life. I'm going to mark him as special interest because he's a man that we may want to get some vengeance on. Suddenly, as if he stepped out of thin air, my tax collector Tybalt is by my side. He rolls his sleeves and looks at me. Hand me the tourniquet. Step back. This is my patient. He loses opinion. Oh, we can make him a friend. Tybalt and I saved the soldier. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Hey, did we do it? We actually did it, I think. Oh, us and the tax collector. Friends till the end. What a guy. And look at that mustache, too. Fucking Mayor Rawgun again. Mayor Rawgun of Rousey to prepare for settlement. Trees are uprooted, paths are cut, and the ground is swaled. Rawgun has written to Steward Rainbow to request the levy's duties be reduced. Being anxious to complete the work before next harvest, he hopes to instead recruit soldiers for labour. Take all the commoners you need, Rawgun. The entirety of Vermandois could do with that. Just heavy for construction. So we lose our 25% levy size, but we gain all of those nice things. Wow. We could put the money to work, I guess. Are we building anything right now? Excuse me. What are we doing right now? Oh, we are upgrading something. What am I building? Lookout towers. Oh, fair enough. Okay. I could not have done it without you. There we are. Tybalt becomes our friend. That's very, very nice. Right. Rawgun. Yeah, I think I'm on board. Let's go for that then. That should speed up our currently building construction. The first time it happened, I barely had a moment's thought, but my Uncle Pierre has grown bolder. His challenge is no longer passed unnoticed at the council table. Pierre is being a big bitch. You know what? Forgetting to invite him leaves him in the dark. Complimenting on his shapely legs will throw him off. Okay, so what are we going for here? Pierre is weak-minded or keeps to himself. He's been objectified due to his appearance, or he's cowardly and wants to keep the peace. He's chaste, loyal, and deceitful. How dare you challenge your count? We gain 10 dread and he loses some opinion of us because he's scared. Yes. Scare him into place. Tippets from far away. Visiting a local market emerged from faraway land catches my attention. Come closer, my lord. Marvel at the treasure never before seen. Must be interesting traveling as much as you do. More vigilant for 3 years. It gives us intrigue and scheme resistance. Failed to convince the merchant. He must tell me what he knows. Gain some more dread. We can threaten our merchants. I think that one's a safe bet. Yeah, that'll do. And then an extra hand. She will serve me well. Spend more time together with Adeline. Who are you? My courtier. She's a forest fighter. My Marshal Humbert can handle those problems. Yeah, I trust Humbert. I think he's a down-to-earth guy. And we are back to health. That's what I like to see. Oh, no. My son and heir? Hubert? No. No. Oh, God, what's he like? I'm hoping he's got to be as good as our firstborn, which is very unlikely. Oh, he's terrible. Oh, can we leave this one in the ocean? Clement. No, I'm going to call you... This one should have been called Mailed in hindsight. I'm going to call you, it's a French word. You might have to look that one up to work out what it means, though. May you grow strong and wise, my son. I'm so angry. I'm so angry at this. We've just lost our, like, the best kid we're probably ever going to have this whole campaign, and we swapped it for that. Yes! That's the best news I've ever heard. She's not very happy. Your son is not gaining weight as he should. He will take good care of him, my lord. But in the end, his life is in God's hands. I mean, he can't swim. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. We've got our first intrigue perk. Second intrigue perk, sorry. But I meant our first schemer perk. Truth is relative. Find secrets may also fabricate hooks. Why don't we go ahead and leave it there for today? And I'm going to quickly splice in a screenshot from the first series because this is actually insane how well this is lined up. Same ending here. 1085. We've got everything roughly in a similar place. Our original guy had 2 kids, 2 daughters. We've got 2 daughters and now obviously a son. Other than that, very, very close. What's mind-blowing to me is in both worlds, we're being attacked by Normandy and both are at minus 80% war score. So that is, that's bizarre. I will try and fix before next time the mystery of the naked Scandinavians, because we are going to have to click on Scandinavia at some point during this entire campaign, I assume. And overall, thank you all for watching. Now, what I'm going to do here is, this series is only coming out every other day, because of weird YouTube changes. Basically, uploading 3 videos a day is a bit pointless, because the 3rd video doesn't actually hit sub boxes. Didn't even, like, my Rimworld video didn't even hit sub boxes today, so I don't want to risk it. But essentially, this video will be coming out every other day, but as a result, it means that obviously I can spend a lot longer on each episode, but more importantly, it means that I can add in and mod in extra features in that off day. So I'm thinking maybe I could add the mechanic to actually write a book into the game, back into the game. I think that could be quite nice. I just miss how to build a well, you know? And a thank you, of course, has to go out to the patrons who have kept the channel going since the first ever Brother Love I Get series, right the way through to right now. When did that first series come out? Let me just check. That was February 27th, 2019. So we're coming up for 2 years now. Wow, that's insane. It's one of our earlier CK2 series as well. So that's quite impressive. Thank you, of course, to these guys without which the channel would still not be here. Thank you to German Hammer, Kane, Lilac, Galaxy Wolf, Psychofire, Moira, Poseidon Cian, Corrupt Racer, Goatfather, Emily, Arctic Knight, K, Crow Skull, Elvin Flang, Zaka, Solembrine, I Am Sagater, Jess, Avion Prime, and everyone else at the executive producer tiers over on Patreon. And let's give a double shout out to those of you who are still here from that series and now. There is at least one name on the list that I personally know of that is still around. So thank you to you guys. And a thank you as well goes out to Lilac, Alex Schultz, Matteo, thanks for the loan, Bojo, Thistris Morana, Bare Minimum, Stormcrower, Roger Wilco, Smirtworm, Proximity Jones, Mount Cadalbe, Warsheep, and Moondoggy as well for their support over at Patreon. See you guys all tomorrow for some additional... No, day after, sorry. See you guys the day after for some more Brother Labaga action.